Well, in that case, I'll let you do the stretching you want. Face me, Bakre. And student attendance, begin. Honor, courtesy, integrity, perseverance, self-control, courage, community. Bakre.
Sir.
And Jumbi. And we've got to get back to doing that other group eventually, right? I just realized that where I'm standing, I'm way too close to this camera, so I'm scooting this back. You can go ahead and keep going. And trap myself back here.
Yes, ma'am. All right. When I say jump, you're going to jump. Whenever I say duck, you're going to go and do a push-up. Yes, ma'am. Is that good with everybody? Yes, ma'am. All right. Ready, you jump.
There you go. That's a little better.
Jump. One. Jump. And jump. Jump. And jump. Arms forward. Stand. Backwards. Stand forward. And let's almost a circle.
I don't know yet. We haven't decided.
Hands behind your back, head down.
No, I'm not going to.
Well, again, I don't know. Right?
I know you don't give me
I'm dizzy now.
Yeah, that's what you mean.
No,
And
you
as soon as he decides what he wants,
Same side.
he'll let me know. And then I'll let you know. Okay?
Your shoulder.
Good luck.
Can I chop my arm off and give it to you? You give me your arm? Yeah. I need a new one really bad.
Circles.
What?
Ma'am.
Guess what?
What?
Tomorrow.
No, I'm gonna get dizzy again.
Tomorrow.
Other way.
No, on Saturday. I just go for my public mommy and daddy. On the road.
Slow down and I still get
My
circles.
mommy, daddy bought my account. And I couldn't.
And the other way.
I'm getting an Android phone. I'm getting a phone.
Yeah, Android.
Yes.
Go down, go stretch. Man.
Are you happy for me?
Yeah, I had to break my. They're pretty cool.
I feel like I want
Ow!
Up on your hands.
Time.
Child's pose.
Ma'am.
All right, sit up. Cross your legs. 5 cross leg rockers, 5 straight leg rockers, and hip lifts when you're done. Go.
Lift.
Why are you doing that?
All right, and down. Spread your feet hard apart into a V. And go down side to side.
You should know by that. You should know by
Go as far as you can. Ow.
Yeah, but if I rather be on this, Mr. Hayes does do that. When he see me
And go down to your left foot and hold.
Grab your belt and lift you out.
Yes. Well, I want you to do that.
And go down to your right
I
foot.
can't. We're going too fast for me to do it.
What? And go down the middle. Yeah.
We're going down the middle now. You missed that part.
Ow. Careful. Go down the middle and hold.
Only I could grab onto something.
And come up. Butterfly. And go down to your toes.
Got it.
And stand up. And attention.
Okay.
Grab the neck.
That was pitifully slow sit by now.
Sir.
I understand why some of us in the room are a little slower, right? But I'm talking about this group of children right here who got up slower than some of the adults did. Stand up. Thank you. You didn't even sit back there. Good you. Lynette, can I have you come back to that middle knot right there? And Miss Downing, can I have you come back to right behind Dana, please?
Yes. Here, sir.
I don't have that bad memory. Everybody scoot back one dot. But actually, I'm so sorry. Crystal, go over, scoot over one dot.
But there's a dot there.
So Chase, you guys come back one more dot. I know normally that's where the dot would be, but yeah, there you go. From here, we're gonna do some practices on some jump spins.
Yay, jump
Today, because I want to work on side kicks today, and your two choices for crazy side kicks are run jump side kick or jump spin side kick. And I feel like the run jump side kicks, if we do run jump side kicks, I feel like somebody would win. So we're gonna do spin side kicks. Sound good? Okay. So
The social distancing.
yes. So first, we're gonna do 10 reps on both sides of just jumping and spinning. And trying to just work on getting the momentum to get fully around. That's one of the hardest things about jump spin kick is getting enough momentum to get all the way around. But lucky for you though, on a jump spin kick, or a jump spin side kick specifically, you don't have to go all the way around. Because you jump, spin, kick, and you retract it and put it down in front normally. You could retract it, put it down behind you if you wanted to. That's fine. But your kick isn't gonna go all the way through. Because if it does, it looks like a hook kick. The spin hook kick at that point. It's not what we want. Sound good? What's up?
I know how to do kick it. Can I tell one?
Well, we're all going to do it together. Okay. So we're here in a back stance, hands up, ready to go. This first drill is super simple. All you're doing is jumping, spinning, and trying to land exactly how you are right now. Because if you can land exactly how you are right now, you actually are jumping further than you have to for the jump spin side kick. Sound good?
Sure.
What's up?
It's gonna be the best class ever.
Cool. Right? I try my best to make the best class ever every time, right? One. I'm a little rusty on it too. Ready? I'll do a few with you. I'm already a little nauseous having 8 today again, so I don't want to get sick on the floor. Ready? 2. I made that one. Hey, so you doing it with us?
Yeah.
I'm putting in a lot of effort right now, man. Can you do it with me? Cool. Ready? 3.
Miss Holiday, we're jumping and spinning all the way around and landing. No kicks.
5. All right. 6. We will unwind, so you will get undizzy, I promise. 7. 8. 9. Close. 10. Exercise. Time to unwind. Ready? 1. Try to reset back to our dots every time. Because although yes, the jump spin kick is just jumping straight up in the air, right? 9 times out of 10, when you actually go to do the spin part, all that extra momentum is going to make you move in a direction sideways usually, right? So make sure, or forward sometimes, right? So make sure that you are resetting after every jump. Sound good? I remember the number on. I think it was on 3.
No, you're two.
Okay, that's all right. 4. And of course, if you're on the computer, you don't really have to reset. 5. Yeah, don't fall forward. That's not good. 6. I promise this is one of the harder things you're gonna do. 7.
I'm not really
8. Jump towards your back shoulder. Jump towards the back shoulder, because for every spin kick, except for the tsunami kick, and a few other crazy ones like wushu butterfly, barrel roll spin stuff that we're not going to do today, you spin towards the back shoulder. So there's very few exceptions to that. I think it was on 9. And 10. What's up, Jason?
Good job, guys.
Yes, good. You did the jump, you did this one, that's okay. Have a seat. Let you relax for a second. Trying to remember what you just did. Keep that in your brain. So we're gonna back up and we're just gonna do front leg side kick back, like you would for your form. Right. And we can go ahead and talk about this really quick about your form. I was telling the kids this earlier yesterday, actually. Some kicks in Taekwondo have other practical applications other than just trying to hurt. Can anyone think of another application you can use for a side kick? Talk about it all the time for sparring.
Blocking a technique.
You can block something. That really wasn't what we were wanting to bring up, but you can block something.
Push people away.
You can push someone away. Right? How far are you saying? Are you comfortable being my partner? Because you're gonna have to grab my hand. You're comfortable with that? Okay. So in the form, right? And actually, let's kind of angle this slightly this way. You can still see us, right? I just want to make sure everybody can see here too. Because in the form, right? That move you just did, you land. Oh no, sorry, I'm ahead of myself. You go through step punch. Boom. They grab me. Right? I cannot escape. I cannot get out. So I'm going to grab my own hand. I pull myself to them. Right? And as you can see, you could get some crazy armbar action going right here, but that's not what we're going to do. Right? And then I'm going to take my front foot. And if I don't chamber properly, if I pick it up like this to my front elbow and then try to side trigger, I can kind of get it, and she's got long arms. But if her arms were a little shorter and I was a little closer, that's not how that's going to work. You're not going to be able to do it, right? So I've got to make sure I'm chambering fully. It's important for power as well, but it's important to get enough distance so I can actually get the pivot and everything in the right spot so I can do my kick. Does that make sense? Any questions on that? So, where are we going to chamber the kick? Well, we're going to chamber it to the opposite arm. So if my right foot is the one doing the kick, I'm going to chamber my knee to my left elbow. If my left leg's doing the kick, I'm going to chamber it to my right elbow. Sound good? Sure. Some people like to teach it with a circle. Still doing the same thing, though. It still has to come touch this elbow before it goes. Any questions? What's up, Jason?
Yeah. Or you do it by itself, or you do it like a.
I'm going to count. We're going to do it by ourselves by the count. Everybody sit up. Let's get into a back. No, actually, let's use this one. Because in your form, you're in sort of a Jumbi stance for this move, right? You're not really in any real stance. It's kind of relaxed posture. Ready? So you can either do the actual move. I had a few people doing that earlier today, or you can just keep your hands up and just do a front leg side kick. I'll let you choose. Ready? 1. Good. If you can touch the back elbow, like physically can do it, it needs to do it every time. If you can't, it should be in the back of your head every time. Try and touch the elbow. Try and touch it. 2. 3.
Nice, Mr. Mudd.
4.
Good, Mr. Patel.
5. 6.
Miss Patel, pull that knee back to the back arm. Try to touch that back elbow. There you go. Perfect, Miss Patel. Good job. Mariela, let's see what you're doing.
10.
I am sick.
Turn face out.
Okay. Okay. It's back.
1, 2,
Good. Switch feet, Miss Mariella.
3,
There you go.
4. You're only on 2? 2 more. Give me 2 more kicks. 1,
Should be kicking with your, yes, there you go. Your right foot.
5,
4.
Good. There you go. Good job.
7, 8, 9.
Nice. Good foot shape, Mr. Mudd. Nice, Mr. Patel. Good job.
Back to me. And have a seat.
Very nice.
Believe it or not, that rain did make it slightly colder here than it has been all day. So there you go. That's how you do it. From here, we're going to move on to spin side kicks.
Yay.
We're only going to do 5 reps of this because I only want to do 3 reps of the spin side. I can't think of anything else in between because there really isn't a whole lot of extra detail to jump spin side. It's just add a jump to the spin. Right? So we're here. Same thing with the spin crescent kick we did yesterday and we've been doing for a while. You're going to notice as I go to spin, I'm going to be kicking with my back foot. But it's not any different than kicking with my front foot because as I go to spin, this front foot's going to fight or this back foot's going to fight to come in front. That's all you're going to do is let it happen. Right? The thing about a spin side kick that makes it a little more difficult for some people, a little easier for some other people, is as we go to spin, you're going to start your kick after a 180 turn, not 270. I think that's the third one in between, right? 270 here, right? That's where I would start my crescent kick. What is it? It's a 280. 280. That's first close. For how bad I am at math, I was pretty close. So instead of waiting at the 280, then picking it up and bringing it around, the crescent kick on the side kick. If I go to here and then try to do my kick, 9 times out of 10, what happens is this.
What
Kick
that?
that way.
Miss Juna, what that kick thing that did after 5? It was a side kick,
But you kicked out to the side, right? You missed your target.
you had to hit something.
Exactly. So what I want to do is start my kick a little earlier, right? So I don't miss. So I'm going to start at the 180, pick it up, and just throw it forward. What's up?
Didn't you go to school?
Did I go to school? Yes.
Then why can't you do math?
Because you know what? You want to know the real story?
Yeah.
I failed Algebra 1 3 times
What do you mean?
because I'm terrible.
No, you're not. Miss
Well, I'm good
Juna.
at math, but I hate it.
Any other questions?
Percent of the
And that's on recording. Not everybody. Algebra 1 3 times. Everybody sit up.
So I'll go find that recording.
I failed it in 7th grade. They didn't even let me try it in 8th grade because I failed it in 7th grade.
Wow.
And then I failed it in 9th grade. And then failed it in 10th grade. And then I finally got it my senior year. So there you go. Back then, I passed all the tests though. There you go. Ready? Every time I count, we're only going to do 5 of these. 1,
No.
2.
Oh.
All right. Went the wrong way. Okay. 3.
Marielle, turn towards your back shoulder. Turn the other way, back towards your blinds. That's it. There you go. Perfect. Good job.
5.
I keep doing
Nice. Good job, ma'am.
3.
Ow.
1.
Miss Juna, watch me.
Come on. Good. 2. Yeah, I'm trying to watch everything. 3.
Nice, Mr. Patel.
4.
Nice, Miss Holiday. Good job.
Thank you, ma'am.
Back to you. Have a seat.
Center.
Good job, everybody.
I've seen a few people, I don't know if they were doing this on the computer because I didn't look over there and check, but I saw a few people make a very, very common mistake on a spin side kick. And when they go over a track kick, you kind of kept spinning, so it became a hook kick. You've got, and that's a very, I catch myself, it happens to me all the time. I see it happen to a lot of people all the time. It's very hard to stop the momentum and make it all go straight. That is the hardest part of the spin side kick. It's also the hardest part of the jump spin side kick. Because for the jump spin side kick, you have to have more twisting momentum to get all the way around, right? So 9 times out of 10, what happens is people do a spin heel kick. They jump, spin, extend the foot, and then they keep spinning because they can't really stop themselves in the air. And here's what I recommend you do. Think more like this kick is blind. Like you're not going to be able to see when you throw the kick. That was a tip Mr. Haynes gave me once, because as you get higher rank up in the 4th degree, you have to do a jump spin kick for a board break. Required. So I'm working on that right now myself. But pretending that you cannot see the target, because you're not going to be able to. If you do this correctly, you're barely going to see the target. Barely, out of the corner of your eye. Because I should still start my kick at the 180. Right? So my kick is going to actually start extending and almost be all the way out before I even get a chance to see my target. Does everybody understand?
Sure.
It's one of the reasons why doing it blindfolded is not actually any more difficult than doing it without the blindfold. It's already a blind kick. And that's why a lot of people, you'll see like Kung Fu masters get up there and they'll go, all right, ready? And everybody's amazed, right? It looks super cool. In reality, it's not a whole lot different. Get your distance, check it, jump spin. Sound good? The reason I bring this up is because not today, but another day, when I feel like it, I'm going to take the belts and make you wrap it around your eyes, and I want you to try it blindfold.
Woo!
Right? But not today. Right? So full speed, because I can't do it slow for you. I'm not that good. I can't float. Right? I'm going to jump, spin at the same time. I'm going to make that happen by using my hips and my knees together to apply the upward momentum and the rotating momentum. And I'm going to throw my kick as straight as I can and try and retract and bring it back down. Like I said, I'm working on it right now too. So don't judge me too bad. Ready? We're here. Sound very ready.
Ready. Got this.
Oh, sound very excited. Everybody was excited for all the other ones. You're not excited for this one? Yeah, okay, all right.
It's
Ready?
late.
You got it.
I can't walk.
That wasn't good. Come on now.
They could at least hit their knee.
I think you all just literally clap at anything.
Okay.
Everybody sit up.
Oh, really?
I know that one wasn't very good. I went 3 tries. Hands up.
No, 2 twice.
3 tries. What?
One. No. I get down with that one.
It's hard to get it. You kind of have to torque your hips a little bit, throw them up to get it to be level. It's very strange. 2.
I think that one.
Be careful. Be careful. Be careful. 3.
No,
Get better at it.
All right. Switch feet.
You okay, Marielle? Good job. Nice try.
Everyone on the computer, be very careful because if they take a fall, they're on 1.5 inch thick mats. If you take a fall, you're on like carpet, hardwood floor, concrete,
Tile.
something, or tile, right? So be extra careful. 1.
No, I was right.
Don't get it all.
You all right, Dalton? Kind of look like your leg caved on you, sure? All right, 2.
Mr. Patel, be sure and spin towards your back shoulder.
3.
There you go. Good.
Straight, and then you retracted the hook kick. It happens, right? Back
No,
to
I can't do this.
Hey, look, just for fun, that one has a lot more practical application than a lot of the other ones we've been doing. Especially because, again, eventually you will be required to do a jump spin kick for a board break. And I can tell you from personal experience, trying to do a board break with a tornado kick, it's not fun. It hurts very bad because the chances of you hitting your ankle are very high.
Ouch.
So I usually recommend the jump spin side kick for that if you're going to do it. Sound good? You can definitely do jump spin on a tornado kick. I've seen somebody do one before a demo. I think it was Mr. Knuckles actually did a tornado kick for something, but it's not for everybody. What's your question, Chase?
Also, Teddy, if we do the ball for game for Teddy,
Mhm.
I keep doing a round kick. I know what round kick is. Okay, this one.
It's actually a very good question. I know I haven't been going over round kicks. I was planning on doing that tomorrow and Saturday. So make sure if you can't show up tomorrow or Saturday for some reason due to work or something else going on, all these are being recorded. I'm pretty sure they're being posted. I don't know. I'm not the one doing that part, so I don't know if they are or not. I'm hoping they are. Watch that class. Go back and watch it. Okay?
Questions from no one.
What's your other question?
It's about round kick. If I do round kick for both grade, I know how round kick is.
Cool.
This is a question kick. This is a round kick.
Yes.
Do I hit it with the toes? Do I hit it with the ball of the toe?
Hit the ball of the foot. Never hit with your toes. Never. Unless you want broken toes. And your toes aren't very strong.
One time I did a front kick around. One time I did a front kick, I hit him with Jordan and a vocal board and didn't even hurt.
I mean, it happens. I mean, if your toes are like made of steel, sure, go ahead. But I'm not going to recommend that for you because I don't want you to be hurt.
I don't ever give up. I did have surgery on my knee, but that like a couple days ago.
I know you're like the $1 million man. Right?
Yeah.
I think that's what that is, right? That's a long time ago. I don't know. Right? So from here, we're going to work on our self-defense, and then we're going to hit reform. So self-defense this cycle, clearly we can't really do it with partners. But feet are shoulder width apart first.
Mid-fiddle.
Is it a question or a
That
hang on? Is it a question or a
Yeah.
statement?
is a question.
Can you make it very fast?
Yes, can I give a trade? Like, can I go up there and be
No.
and be a partner?
No.
Why?
That's against the rules for right now.
Okay.
I know, I'm sure mom and dad will let you if you ask them, but no.
Okay.
So this is going to be very strange trying to do this without a partner. So just try and go through the motions as best you can.
Good so.
And I had somebody tell me in the Warriors class, there could potentially be extra striking techniques at the end of this self-defense. Right? How I've been doing it and how I remember doing it, because we did this one before, way back in the day, was just a single palm. Right? And I know some people have been showing you all like double punch palm or something like that. I know some people have been telling you can do it. At the end of the day, the striking at the end, other than for testing purposes, doesn't matter what you do, as long as you escape. Right? In the street, if you have to do something different than a palm heel, do it. Right? If you have to do something different than a kick, do it. And that goes for any of our self-defenses. Right? You're going to have to adapt the situation as it happens. That make sense? We just want you to do a specific thing because that's what we want to see, not the correct thing to do. Does everybody understand? Sure. So keep that in mind. First step for this self-defense, what do we think this would be? I quizzed the kids class today, and they actually got it pretty well.
I know. Oh, my hand is choke.
Well, it is a two-handed choke. But what is your first step?
Let's see. Which way are they?
It's a two-handed choke from behind. Right? And actually, your first step is probably something I forgot to tell you.
I know.
So, yeah, that would be a good idea. You are correct. Right? We talk about it all the time when it comes to choking, right? Squeezing the neck, flexing the neck muscle. Right? I forgot to go over that with the kids again. But that's always a good idea, right? What's another thing you could do first? Or would be a good idea to do?
Step out and then do it.
Miss Haynes, can I borrow you? Just because I know you're comfortable with this. Everybody can see. Again, but your moms and dads are not here for me to ask. I'm not going to leave the floor to go ask them. So I'm here, right? Two-handed choke from behind. Again, it's a very good point. A little squeezing here, right, would probably be a good idea to make it a little harder to choke you, right? You could grab, and actually there's a Hamudo self-defense with this exact same thing, where you grab and you break their thumbs first, right? But that's not what we want to do right now, because it's something completely different. Although you were close. What's up?
There's another one where you grab the
And you do the figure eight, yep, throw. Again, that's not what we're doing.
Awesome.
So we've established this, yes? I'll show you later. Yeah. So we're here. But what is something else that needs to be done? Because when somebody comes up and they're choking you, they're not just going to stand there and try and choke you out. They're going to try and pull you around, thrash you about, right?
Yeah,
You off your balance because you cannot defend yourself if you're not having good balance. Your feet aren't on the ground. It's kind of hard to do unless you do jiu-jitsu, right? So what is the next step? If we think this is the first step, which is fine, what should be your next step? to get balance. How am I going to get balance?
I know.
Plant your feet firmly on the ground and repeat.
Okay.
I know.
That's specific. You gotta get specific.
So do this, okay? When you do that, go in the back. Go into
Take them.
the back.
Well, I just established that that's not gonna work.
I know.
So what stance am I gonna be in instead of a sitting stance?
A back stance.
A back stance. And that's exactly what your next step is. Again, this is fine first. You can grab, do whatever you need to do first, whatever makes you comfortable, right? But your next step immediately after should be to get base. In this case, it's gonna be a back stance. Try and pull me backwards.
That's a big step.
See, can't forget.
It got a little wider, you are correct. Because she was actually trying to pull me, and I wasn't ready for that. I was ready for her to just kind of, she was trying to get me. Try to push me the other way. That's really good. So I'm here, her hands are trapped, I've squeezed her. We're here, I'm gonna take this hand, the hand that's the one same side, definitely backwards.
Yeah.
You don't want to try and go this way, that's too far, right? I want to go the easy way. So I'm here and I'm gonna trap. Right?
Like a mouth trap.
From here, get a good pinch above the elbows. Right. The next step is to continue here. Reason for this is to give you a little bit more power. Palm. And again, I said this in the kids class, she's the same height as me, right? So my only real targets would be a low palm to like the kidney, this part right here, or a high palm to the base. Depending on how tall your attacker is, right? You might be able to get solar plexus, you might be able to get upper ribs, you might be able to get other places. The nose is always a good place to hit. Incapacitate, make them cry, all that fun stuff. Break their nose, right? What's up?
If you think about it logically, you're not going to remember any of this stuff when you're being choked.
You are correct. And that's actually a very big worry. And that's why one of the reasons Mr. Haynes likes us to start without choking each other and then slowly, I don't want to say actually start choking each other, you're not actually choking anybody, but slowly tighten your grip over the cycle to get you used to it, right? The only way to actually ever really get used to choking or getting choked is to get choked. Right? And I don't think anyone really wants to do that.
I'll go grab my brother.
In jiu-jitsu class, they emphasize that same thing. Where as you get more comfortable, they want you to start applying a little bit more pressure to get comfortable with the situation. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Does anyone have any questions on self-defense? It's a fairly simple self-defense. Very simple. And like I said, I could be missing a few steps there. Like you could be adding some extra punches or something. But that's all we're going to do.
Yeah, the way I learned it was 2 punches and then a handheld to the face.
Yes. And again, but we've taught this one multiple times, right? And I'm just doing it from my memory. And my memory last time we did it was just the one palm. Again, you could add other punches if you want. Or that maybe that's how we want to see it. I don't know. No one's told me. So we're just kind of winging. Sound good? Any questions? That's it.
Mr. Sluter,
What's up?
could you possibly do it so that we can see the side of the two of you?
Oh,
We
okay.
couldn't see it from this side.
Sidekick drill that way, and then I didn't do that this drill this way. So let's turn this way. Perfect. Right. Again, first step, you could squeeze here, right? That could be your first step. This getting base could be your first step, but you need to do both these things. Doesn't matter. I mean, the order isn't too big of a deal. I would honestly do them at the same time. Kind of just squeeze the step. Boom. Taking the back arm, swinging it up, hook, and trapping. And I'm going to kind of pull up here. I forgot to mention that with you all. Kind of pulling up to get her off base. Kind of make it harder for her to escape. All right. All right. I'm squeezing a little tight. Make sure she's tight. All right. So we're here. Then you're going to take this foot that you step back with. You're going to keep turning, get some extra momentum. Again, you could punch here, belly, head, base, whatever. Palm, push away, and escape. Sound good?
Thank you, sir.
All right, let's do this shot. Again, you're head partner, so we're going to try and do it in the air. You ready? Yeah, I'll turn this way. It might make it a little easier. So first step. What is it? Somebody tell me. I can't see you.
Back stance.
Could be the back stance, could be this, right? Let's do them both at the same time. Ready? So we're going to step back and up. All right. What's the next step?
I know.
Just tell me. I can't see you right now. I mean, I could. I guess I'm trying to.
Swing your arm around.
You're going to swing this arm up, turning a little bit, hook, right?
Like this.
Other inches.
Oh.
Back arm. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
This is so weird.
Again, it's silly not having a partner, right?
Yeah.
Now we're gonna take that foot that you already were stepping with, right? And you're gonna slide it out of the way. That can also get you some extra power. Again, you can punch to the belly, face, uppercuts, whatever, but the palm should be last because you're using that palm to push and escape.
Wait, which hand? Which hand?
Well, Chase, listen, this hand is doing something right now.
So it would be.
So it needs to be, yes, there you go.
Okay.
Let's do it again.
Go.
Good, Miss Patel. Good job.
Step,
Nice.
base, arm goes up, turning, hook. And really get that hook up, really get it up here. Because remember, you're supposed to be kind of trying to pull them up with that too, right?
Good, Mr. Patel. Good job.
Slide the foot, do your strikes, whatever those strikes can be, punches, palms, palm last, push, boom, and escape, right? Back and forth. That's what we're going to do on that today because there's not a whole lot less to do with it because we can't do it with a partner. Just keep in mind, like I was saying, self-defense is not a perfect self-defense. It's not a perfect martial art. Right? Everything has its advantages and disadvantages. Everything is going to be different as it is happening
Good,
compared to.
Mr. Patel. Good job.
Right, that's a very good point brought up by Shirley about that. Right? So just do what feels natural to do in the moment.
Well, what
As long as you do the things that you need to do and get home safe, that is all we care about. I don't care about their safety, people attacking you. Right? They
That
chose
was good, Mary Ellie. Good job.
their destiny when they attacked you. Right? Your job is to get home safe to mom, dad, grandma, grandpa, husband, wife, cousin, whoever. Whoever, dog, whoever you got, right? Whoever you need to go back home. Does that make sense? What's up?
the natural thing for me to do would be to,
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you totally could hook, take out the knee.
I wouldn't even hook.
That's probably what I would do, honestly. I would still hook just to trap them because they could try and dodge it, right? But if I'm here and I have them hooked, they can't dodge that. They can try. I'm just gonna keep going. 1, 2, 3 until it works.
Now the problem would be if they forced me on the ground. That would
Now you gotta be careful, right? To be for your form. We're gonna. I'm already almost out of time. I'm probably gonna go 5 minutes longer than normal just to make sure we get through the entire form. Right? So if you need to leave right at the 40 for some reason, you can do so. Just let me know, kind of wave the hand out. But I'm gonna dismiss at the 45 minutes. Sound good? All right. And I want to get through the whole form at least once.
Question.
All right.
No, how you said if I now you said in one of my can you put a 40? Can I do that? Can you say 40?
You can, but I would recommend that you stay because you're one of the people who has to see that third section.
Okay, I'm gonna take.
Ready?
Mary Ellie, are you a senior orange?
2 twin punches. 2 punches, not twin punches. 3 stacking the up. Square block. 4 chambering, upset punch. That's a strange move. 4
No, that was just
fixed stance punch. Oh, that was for you. All right, this is 5. 6 chambering, sliding, right hand.
Next turn.
And 7 step front hand punch. That is the end of the beginner section form. So that's white belt through senior orange belt.
I think it was boring.
I do
Yes, Mary Ellie. Good job. Good job, everybody.
today instead of resetting, just because we're only going to do it once, right? And I think it's a little more fun to learn extra credits, right? Here, this hand that's out goes around my neck. The other one goes underneath. We're going to step. This is 8 front stance, low block. 9 step punch. 10 you can grab and slide. 11 front leg side kick. We were practicing that earlier. 12 front hand, knife hand. 13 step front stance punch. 14 step front stance punch. And yell, very good. 15, this hand that's out to the point. Chamber, step, double knife hand. Yeah, I'm just slowing it down for the people, especially people who don't have to do this section. I want to make sure they get it right. What number was that? 15? 16 step spear hand. See how my spears, I guess? I'll explain why here in a second. So we're here, right? We're gonna chamber. Just gotta step that foot over, double knife. 17, 18, back leg round kick. Back leg round kick. Double knife hand. And that is the end of the second section. So if you are a regular green belt or a regular purple belt, that's the end of your form. I'll have one. Everybody else, we're gonna keep going. Hand that's out, doing saying stop, gonna go around my neck, doing underneath. I step to the back of the room at a front stance, don't lose your balance. Low block.
Good, Mary Ellie. Good job.
Now, I made a slight tactical error last class. I stepped and did some stuff, and we did a few moves backwards. But it's fine. Super easy things. Are you ready? Oh, I can't really leave from over here because the computer has to see me. So just try and look at me best you can. We're here, right? This hand that's out is going to come up. You're going to pivot to a back stance. Front foot steps forward and reverse punch. Only difference.
Yes, Mr. Rudd, you're doing it just right. Good job.
Yesterday I had to take a step on accident. Made it up on the wrong side. Super simple things. We're going to do 2 more of those. So you're going to step, fixed stance, reverse punch, chase following. Switch feet. So reverse punch, buddy. So it's a backhand punch. Punch with the other hand. Thank you. 1 more step, reverse punch. And then I left out a move yesterday too. I left out the X block. From here, you shift to a front stance, X block. Left hand on top, that's the foot that's in front. Right hand is on bottom, left on top. Your back foot steps to a back stance, reverse elbow. Right hand comes up, left hand goes out. Left foot's gonna step and you're gonna turn feet together. Very hard turns, one of the harder turns.
Feet together, Mr. Mudd. There we go.
2. Chamber, step, double knife hand, chamber, step.
Chamber towards your painting on the wall. Step out with your left and double knife hand. There you go. Now chamber towards your left and step together.
These forms, I think some of the black belt forms don't do this.
And yes, there you go, Mr. Mudd. Good job.
Coloring forms. You should end up right back where you started, as long as your stances were correct length. Does anybody have any questions on that?
I'm glad I don't have to do that because that is very, very, very complicated. Why does it have to be complicated?
The last section, although it's a very short section, it's only an extra 9 or 10 moves. It's very weird. A very weird section. Everybody have a seat. And honestly, thinking back, trying to remember all the forms I did back when I was a kid, which is that's asking my brain to do a lot. I think this was my favorite form. It was the first form I did at a competition, if I'm not mistaken. But it is, I think, the weirdest form. I think it has the weirdest movements at all forms I've ever done, except for my form currently. My 4-3 form, and that one's got great stuff. So nobody has any questions on the form? I want to go over 2 things really quick. All right? 1, spear hands, because I brought this up with you, right? Technically, spear hands are used the exact same way as spear is. Right? Just stab somebody. I've told this story in the defenders class before. Mr. Haynes has told this story a bunch of times. All right? Back in the day, back when this was used, it still is used, for military purposes, like over in Korea, they would actually, and I'm sure other arts would do this too, they would shove their fingers into rocks, repeated over and over and over again, starting with very small rocks like sand, and working their way up to like hitting real rocks and breaking them with spear hands. Because their fingers were just so numb to the pain. Right? That's a little extreme, but you gotta remember they were fighting like battles, like wars, life and death stuff back then. People would legitimately use this to pierce into people. And this is where I bring this up and why I bring this up. Because both of these are spear hands. They are used for different things. This would be more of like a sternum, right here. If I go to throw my spear hand this way into someone's ribs, the ribs are going to guard it, exactly what they're designed to do. But if I turn it, I then go through in between the two ribs. That's why I bring it up, because those are still two technically movements. They're technically spear hands, but they're used for two different things. So when you do a spear hand like this, it's actually considered wrong because it was being used for something different. If I want to see your spear hand like this, when you do this, that's incorrect at testing. That's why I bring this up. If I want to see it like this, because I think there is a form where you do one like this, actually you don't do, you come through and you go 1, 2, you do 2 of them without the table, and you do these, that's wrong. Make sense? And then these here, I don't quite know what to call them off the top of my head. I used to know back when we did them more often. They're not 9 blocks, although that's what we called them yesterday because I couldn't figure out what to call them. Because a 9 block is this. It's a reinforced low block, pretty much, right? This is actually breaking someone's leg. Somebody is throwing a front kick and I'm catching under their leg, above the knee, and then I'm striking through.
I want to do that too.
Right? We call it for the kids, the littler kids, a inner form block, outer form block combined, right? Because that's a little gruesome to think about breaking someone's leg in half. But that's what you're doing. You're hooking them, catching them, shattering the knee with that low block.
Ow, I don't want anybody to do that to me.
So when we go to do this, it needs to be done a specific way, right? I don't really want to borrow anybody because I don't want to hurt nobody. Imagine, Doug, actually come here. I can actually think of something different. Grab a noodle for me. I'll use the noodle, I'll break the noodle.
Right.
Right, and I'll try and make sure this is kind of angled here so everybody can see. So pretending this is a front kick, right? I'm coming through, just get my stuff, right? I swing through, I'm here. I come through, I catch, shatter.
I am right.
It needs to go on the inside, not the outside. Because if it's here and I come on the outside, I then just hit them in the thigh, this bone. That's a lot harder to break. It can still be done, but that's going to hurt you just as much as it hurts them. Makes sense? Especially because you're kind of doing a hammer fist in a very weak area of your arm, right? So you want to aim more for the inside because you're above the knee, breaking that knee.
You didn't break the noodle.
I can't break it. It bends, I'm sorry. Any other questions?
Make it a
Brought that up because if I see you doing it this way, that is wrong. And it will be counted as incorrect. It needs to go the other way. 1, 2. Sound good? Very specific. Any questions on it? And you all are the adult class, so I got a little gross with you there.
So when you go to throw the spear hand, this hand, when it comes over this way, can you show me what that's supposed to look like? Because I seem to get a little messed up when I'm going to do it.
Yeah, so what we're doing there, right, is somebody has thrown a strike at us. Something that's going straight at me, right? And in the moment, right, she throws the punch, I'm going to block the punch, spear, right, neck,
And then
armpit.
your hand just stays.
But for the form purpose, yes, it stops here
Okay.
and goes.
Okay, that makes
Right.
sense. 'Cause I
But
was
the
like,
practical application
are we in
is
this profit?
it's pretty much a low block, right? Here, strike. Any other questions?
Thank you.
We just don't want you to do that in the form because
But you do
it
want it
looks
like
a little
this in the
pretty.
front, correct?
Yes, yeah. No sharp things. I see that happen a lot. No sharp things. Because if I'm trying to again pierce into somebody's body, that's going to stop me.
You want it like
You want it to go through. Right. Clearly, we're never going to do that, but you get paid. Any other
Unless your
questions?
hands are nice, I don't think you're gonna like drop like go in.
Everybody sit up.
Oh no!
You put enough force behind it, you'd be surprised. Face me.
Sorry, details.
Mr. Schluter, board breaking, don't